What's up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world? This is Chris, and of course, this is my channel, Bar911970. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to check out my video. All right, guys, I wanted to give a quick shout-out in this video, and I wanted to say thank you to a girl named Doris. She has been a subscriber of my channel only until recently. I don't know the exact date, obviously, but it's been maybe about a week or two, I believe, that she's been subscribed to me. And this person seems to be one of the nicest people I've ever met, I mean, especially right off the bat. And she actually did a reading for me. Now, there was a website. I don't have the link. I don't know if she'll provide it. You'll have to ask. But I'm going to show the link to the video that she did for me. She actually did a reading for me and showed me this whole, I guess, life chart. And when I did it, I mean, there's numbers all over the place. There's all these different things. I have no idea what it meant. And she actually made 2 videos describing it for me, took the time out of her own busy schedule to do this. And it's amazing how accurate these things really are. I'm going to post the link in the description below and in the comment section. But if you're on, like, for example, PlayStation 3 or 4 and you don't see the links, if you go to my must-watch section on the main part of my channel, it's the last 2 videos all the way at the back. I think it's the last 2 videos. It has to do with the right cross of the Sphinx or something. I didn't know what any of this stuff meant until she did it. So I don't know if she does this for a living, if she charges for it. But anybody out there that is interested in that, at least ask her. Maybe she will do them for you, or maybe she does do it for a living. When somebody does something nice for me, I want to return the favor. So again, I don't really know this person that much, so I don't know if she does this for a living. But if she does, I want to throw business her way. So if there's anybody out there that's interested in having charts done, like I said, I don't know if she does it for a living or she was just being nice for me, but you can always ask him. The worst that she could say is no. And if she does charge something, you know, it's a way for people to help another person that's basically a local business. So we need to support each other. So if you have the moment, check that out. I want you to see both videos. It's actually quite interesting. And anybody that's interested in that, at the very least, she'll post the link to that website that she originally showed me that I had no clue what it meant. So she was nice enough again to really do that for me. So to me, the message I want to send to everybody else that's not interested in those things, karma is an interesting thing. It affects people both positively and negatively because of the fact that the world, and I've said this so many times, the world is nothing more than electricity that's held together through magnetism, and solid and all different types of different things you see in the universe is nothing more than different levels of vibration of that energy. So there's an old saying that you get what you give, and it has to do with the magnetism. So if you're giving off a negative vibration, you are going to have negative things always coming back at you. If you are giving out positive vibrations, you are always going to get positive vibrations coming back to you. Now, of course, that doesn't happen 100% of the time. Sometimes it could take days, weeks, months, and years before it comes back full circle. But this is why I tell people, try and do your best to do the right thing. And people that want to be negative and do negative things, eventually they will get what they give. It's just how life works itself out. So if I can teach anything for the people that come to this channel to try and learn something, is the more positive energy you bring out into the universe, the more chances of positivity coming back to you. And the more negativity, the more likely negativity is going to come at you. Let me give you a prime example. Let's say you work at an office. You do a typical 9-to-5 desk job. You're typing on your computer every day. You're bored. You're frustrated. You're underpaid. And the boss every day comes in and always points out your faults, embarrasses you in front of the people, is mean to you, is disrespectful, and you obviously don't get along with each other. Now, let's say you decide, let's say he owns this office, and you decide, you know what, I'm going to do something to ruin this person's day. You go into the bathroom and you take a whole bunch of, those fold towels that you dry your hands with, you take a whole bunch of them and you stuff them into the toilet, enough to clog it. And it ends up that the next day he has to spend thousands of dollars repairing that toilet because he doesn't know who did it, but it ended up the paper that you stuff in destroys the pipes. He has to spend thousands of dollars. Now you're sitting there thinking, oh, ha, 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 I got him. Look at that. The heck with that person. He deserves it. And he has to spend thousands of dollars to get it fixed. He doesn't know who did it. You get away with it scot-free, so you're feeling really good about yourself that you got away with doing that. And you're like, you know what? Serves him right. He deserves it. Well, what would happen if all of a sudden, because of what you did, and because of the money that he had to spend to repair what you caused, he has to lay people off, and he ends up firing you? Not because he caught you, but because you were on the bottom end of his totem pole, and now that he had to spend all of that extra money fixing the one thing that you caused, he ultimately lose your job from it. Or he shuts down the facility altogether and says, well, I just had to spend $10,000 on repairing a pipe system, and now I can't afford to keep my business anymore. So unfortunately, everybody, I know it's right before Christmas, but I have to shut down, and you lose your job. So there are consequences for everything that you do. So you may not see them right away. You may not realize they're even connected, but they will find you. So the more positive things you do, the more of just holding a door open for somebody. Most people think that's no big deal. But you know what? A person could be in a horrible mood, and you slam a door right in front of them, they can continue to have that horrible mood, or they could take it out on you, or do something later on down the day because everything was festering. Or you could have been the one person that was actually nice to that person, and they sit there and say, you know what? Things aren't that bad. That was very nice of that person, and they start calming down. And they could have prevented something else from happening along the line. It's the whole butterfly effect. So you don't understand the power that you all have to do the right thing or do the wrong thing. But there are always consequences for your actions. And despite the attacks I get, despite the accusations of people, I mean, I had a person today talking about how I owe child support. They supposedly have all this information on me. They said I owe child support, which is funny because I have no children. Don't know how I owe child support. Then he goes and says, well, it must be alimony. Well, I'm married and I've never gotten a divorce, so there's no one to pay alimony to. And these people, they will get the very karma that they give. But I'm not worried about it because people can make accusations all they want. If they're not true, there's nothing to worry about. But the point of the matter is, this person's spending all this time being negative and full of hate and anger and negativity, that eventually it's going to come back onto that person. And they created it, so it's nobody's fault other than their own. I choose to do better. That doesn't mean I get everything right. It doesn't mean I am Mr. Perfect. I've made my mistakes in my life, just like you'll make mistakes. But the idea is, it's what it defines you as the whole. Every now and then you're going to slip. Every now and then you're going to stumble. Every now and then you may even do the wrong thing. But if you make up for your mistakes, if you try and do good out of what could have potentially been bad, if you try and make up for things that you might have done or ask for forgiveness from somebody you've wronged, then you are putting yourself back in a positive track. So don't ever sit there and think you have to be perfect, that you can't do anything wrong. Otherwise, oh my God, karma's going to come kill me. It doesn't work that way. Basically, a person is defined by their full character, not little bits and pieces that people want to judge you for. Because I'm sure there are plenty of people that are afraid to go out at night, or they're afraid to associate with crowds, or afraid to talk to the people at their office, or even make YouTube videos for fear of a very few people going and judging them, pointing out one or two little things that they may have done right or wrong. And they focus on that instead of the whole picture of what makes a human being. And if people want to spend their whole time nitpicking those little things, to me, That's something you should feel sorry for them for. So if you have your faults, congratulations, you're human. You're here to learn a lesson. So you're supposed to have faults because you're supposed to learn from them. If you've ever done anything wrong in your life, congratulations, you're part of the crowd. You've done what every single person in the entire existence of humanity has done. If you try and correct it, if you try and better yourself, if you try and improve things, if you try and send forgiveness, if you try and make up for it in some other way by maybe donating to a charity or starting your own charity or saving an animal and doing good, you know what? Everybody gets a second chance. There are people that have been in prison for murder, and they get a second chance to redeem themselves. What they do is ultimately their decision. So I really hope people will spend the time trying to focus more on love, try and focus on the positive things, try and focus on encouraging people, or if they do something wrong, instead of bashing them and hurting them, help them. Because you never know what you do or don't do in a negative way, how that can set different things in motion. And you could think of something just as simple as a car accident. At one moment in space and time, two separate entities come in as one, and it creates a car accident where there causes damage. Now just imagine if you rewind it just 5 minutes. Just imagine if that person driving one of the cars wasn't aggravated by something somebody said, so he sped up a little bit faster than he normally would. Because let's say that person, their wife or their husband or their friend or their coworker, did something nice for him that day. So instead of driving angry, they were very calm and relaxed. And they passed each other by. So you never know what you do, how it will affect the world around you. And you may not even know it's connected, but it will always find you. So I hope you do the right thing. So for this Christmas, if you get the chance, donate some food to a homeless shelter. Instead of a present of going to some corporate store and buying some superficial thing that is going to make a corporation more wealthy, why not go to an animal shelter and rescue an animal from being slaughtered? Do something kind. Make something for somebody. Give somebody you love a hug. Call somebody you haven't spoken to in years and tell them, you know what, it's not worth the fight anymore. And I am sorry for what I did, or I forgive you for what you did. And get back into a positive vibration. And I promise you, your life will get better. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't made as many videos as I have in the recent past lately, because things have actually been going very well for me. My wife and I are having a great time together. She's working hard. I'm working hard. Certain things have been falling into place. And I tell people all the time, you do things with passion, things that you thought were impossible or improbable, all of a sudden starts coming to you. It's the whole attraction of the universe. It all comes around full circle. So I really hope that you will pick today or tomorrow or the next day or as soon as possible and say, this is the time I'm going to change my life around. I'm going to start trying to do better things. Because I didn't realize that what I say and do, how it can affect the world and the direction it's headed. And ultimately, it's your choice. So I hope you'll make the right one. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm not sure if I'll be making a video tomorrow. I have a lot of things I have to do. And just in case if I don't, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever religion or holiday that you celebrate. I hope it's a very happy and safe one. Please don't drink and drive. And just do something nice for somebody. You'll be amazed at what good can come out of that. And it would be because you started it. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace.